Hello everyone. We soon will start. Few minutes, maybe 5, maybe a little more. We're rolling out new Cellframe node release, so we'll start from its upgrade, and then we'll continue to develop this code. 5 minutes, and we will start. Okay, let's begin. Let's begin. First, I want to say, first, I want to thank you all for your patience, for all your support. I read your questions and maybe about your questions. Maybe we should start from answers on your questions. 1 second. Let me switch on the second camera. Hello everyone. Do you see me? I believe you hear me well. So let's start from your questions. 1 second. Okay. We already just right now merging some last updates and fixes. So please, some patience more. Okay. No doubts that will be fixed nearest 5 minutes or so. So let's start from some theory and from some code. First, I want to present you some new API for dedicated services. This internal name is a chainnet service. And this chainnet service, it's kind of dedicated service that's running by Cellframe node or any node running based on Cellframe SDK. It could be your own node and your own part chain. Okay, so let me open this first example and let's continue. You remember this code? Now it's will be changed a little. I mentioned that API Cellframe will be replaced just on API, but in this build it's still this. Maybe it will be changed only in next release candidate. I don't know. So we need to add some more objects, and it will be the next object, chainnet. This object is it's related with chain network itself. It's could be said as parachain. So if you open its documentation, still in development, it's not present. It's not present at all. Okay, most of its functionality related with Cellframe ledger. Anyway, I will show some functions from this object today you in this video, and next we'll document it as fast as possible. So on chainnet SRV, you could expect it's related with what I'll show you with service and some technical SRV UID. Okay, it's also maybe will be changed a little in the next version of our API, but for now it's all. Here, where we were running it and trying to add some URL, create command. Here we could add the new call. It will be the next one. First, we need to name with our own. We are planning to use our own channel ID, but usually it's not always required. But for now, okay. So let's start from this SRE UID. We need to create unique identifier for our service based on some string or name or something like this. Chain net SRE with from star. It could be accepted from the string. 1 second. I will accept answer. Okay, I'm merging. Okay, here we have its service ID. Usually it's kind of something like this, but we could short it in some kind of number. So let me 1, 3, 4, 5. Every service that will be accepted in our backbone should be related with some number. This number could be assigned by our side on verification process, or you could propose this number to us. It's integer on signet 64 bits length number, nothing special. So here we obtain server ID, and then we need to initialize our service and how it looks like. We need just to create it through constructor like any usual object, and here are what we path it in. And here are callbacks. How it's better to describe them. Okay, one moment. Okay, that's for requested. It for request for service. Let's call it so. So here you see callbacks for different stages that could be, and that's the default one stage for request send it request for service. So server client first, if it requested it right, it appears here. So on. If it's that's only just request, it's not providing. When it satisfied, if it's satisfied, you go to the next callback. Right, request for service def. Okay, here we could make same things. With success. Sorry, it's really new API. I still not so familiar with it. It's latest development from the team, you know. And here is the next callback. It's a error callback. And here the next most maybe interesting callback. That the next success. What the next success is most interesting. Next success is called when once you successfully provided service and then you want to try and then you continue this service. So for example, you paid for 1 hour of VPN or maybe 1 hour of video streaming, and then you automatically continue until your funds is over or something like this, or you have stopped to accept the service. Okay, and I forgot some arguments. It's a usage IDI, it's a client connection, and this is data. Or maybe just con. Let's call it con. So usage ID, it's like a session ID. Let me check is it describe it or not. Okay, it will be also should be described. I see. And this connection, it's kind of current service connection session. We'll talk about this more when we'll work with client plugin. Right now we were working with service plugin, and all this I will describe a little later with the pictures. Right now, let's focus on code. So here's and data. It's a just bytes, bytes with data. Success. Okay, one moment. Okay. With this data, we'll work with a little later. Now we need to focus on response error. And here, maybe a little different arguments. Maybe we'll return here. At least here it's so. Okay, I think the next revisions, this arguments list will be changed for year. At least I see we don't need to pass raw data, and maybe we could give you some parsed data here as well. But for now, let's stay on this. Okay, and here we have to list these callbacks requested, response success, response error, and the next success. Here it is. Okay, we have now set of all these callbacks. Now maybe we need to talk about this little more. How it looks, how the service providing looks like. Maybe I will need to write it here. Okay, we'll set it bigger. Okay, let it be so. How it looks like. Imagine here we have let it be green, or maybe red. I need just red without any. Okay, does not matter. Here is client. This client, it's usually a combination of dashboard with a local node. So let it be green, and we have right frame dashboard. Frame dashboard client. That's client part, and there is another. Could I double it? Control G. Yes, I could double it. And could I change it? But just remove it. Okay. And what the second part is local node. So you could see here is a dashboard with node, and both of them have their extensions. And from the service side, now let's return to the service. And here is a service. Somewhere I have locked. Here, unlocked. Here, sorry, let me find where is node. Where is node? Okay, doesn't matter. That's here also Cellframe node. Cellframe node. And here we start to draw plugins. And here, let's draw green. Okay, we'll draw here. Okay, and we draw this. Here will be service plugin. And we here. And here you could guess we'll have client plugin. Maybe it looks everything not so dynamically, but I'm trying. And they start. How it looks like? First you send request. 1 second, I will open some descriptions of these things. Few moments. 1 second. So anyway, I think better to start to draw. First, it produces request. Just request. One moment. I'll clarify how it names. Okay, it's not here. Where it is. Sorry. Okay. Let us be here. Request in this service plugin. It issue the receipt. How it looks like. It sends sign receives sign request. So it produces receipt. And what is this receipt has? This receipt has a description of how much do you need to pay for this first part of the service. This request has some arguments that describes what exactly we're requesting. For example, we're requesting for, I don't know, we select some movie, some video, and we send movie name here. So let's draw this, for example, here. Movie name, title, and this movie title we put in request. And let me draw this a little. Okay, and this request. Okay, and here it goes. Receive sign request. It goes to the plugin. And then from plugin, this receipt. Here appears signet receipt. Okay. And this signet receipt, which we sent again to the service. I think we need to add some green lines, maybe like this. And here we could draw like this. And here is exchange between client plugin and service plugin. So it sends receipt. So first client request, then client, then service processes client form receipt with description how much it should pay, signated. It's a one-side signet receipt, and send this request. Client sign this receipt, send it back. Here we go to stage, and if it's everything is okay, because in this signet receipt, also in this request, here in this request, should be one important thing is conditioned transaction hash. Things cond hash. And it should be, that will be blue. But I will draw about you, around you with black, like movie title. So this move to maybe this tool. Wow, we shouldn't move it. Okay, I will deal with this. And all this in request. It all goes in request. That's most important thing. Transaction condition hash is the hash of transaction that's client issuer. Maybe some we should draw it. And here we issue it from wallet. So on with this wallet. From this wallet, we issue this condition transaction. It looks like you prepay for some service. So, for example, you decide to make subscription. You put maybe $20. Form them in conditioned transaction. Then you send your client side send request with this prepaid sum and movie title. All these monies service cannot get. It all from these monies he could get some part only if it has signed receipt by you. You need to sign receipt. Only after this he could use it to take some funds from this transaction. So after sending receipt, if everything is okay, here is two variants. Let me draw them. How usually it's logic diagrams, and we have two variation. First is success, and the second is error. Let it be bigger. And after success could be next success. Next success. And this next success, you could return to this again, and again. Let me draw this. Here, then you go here. Here. And here could be this. So you could see, by the way, inside this year could be also stage done. So let's start from the beginning. First, client prepay some funds for conditional transactions. Then it's sent from dashboard to its node and to client plugin to form request. It form request puts some details, for example, my title and this conditional transaction, and it goes to the service plugin. Here, issued receipt. Receipt and receipt sign request goes back to client. Client signs this receipt. By the way, it's signed usually with wallet. Then it goes signature receipt inside, and here I could, and then two variants. If everything is okay, success, and the service start to be provided. If not, error. If it's successed, some repeating times it could repeat everything. After next success, again repeating receipt requests, signature receipt, done. So next success, sorry, I was wrong. I need to continue it, and here forget it. Where is the eraser? It has no eraser. Really? Must be eraser. Why there is no eraser? Okay, I could use just white color, and here will be it will act like eraser. Okay, that's eraser. Ha ha ha. Okay, I'm okay with done. That's no problem. Okay. So now, yes, it looks like this. And here it also should be raised. Next success, return to receipt, and everything is repeating. So on in code, if we return in code, you see these callbacks, and they happens. When requested, this callback happens on this stage when this request with conditional transaction goes here. So here in this data, there are details about this request. And it's parsed in connection. So in this connection, you could find this parsed data and operate it with this. Then it signs. If it signs and it's accepted signature receipt, it's checked, and if everything is success, you come here, and here you need to issue some beginning of service. Here you open access for movie, for example, or you open an additional channel and start to stream through this channel. Here is the error. You understand it if somebody was wrong signal haven't found enough funds in this conditional transaction or something like this. You go on error. And then if the next success, here is continue. So in this here you reissue your service. Maybe you have some kind of trust period, grace period. Yes, grace period. Just to not to break the service, because for example it could request any 10 minutes or something like this. So this description of this service will be updated later maybe next day, tomorrow, and after tomorrow. Documents about this. So that's about service. About client, I think we should talk at Friday because client part is related more with dashboard as well. And okay, so let's maybe try first to upgrade our node and see how it's running. You see Cellframe node have been updated. So we are downloading it. Till it's downloading, I want to mention one another important part of API. It's GDB. GDB, it's a global database, and how it looks like. For example, here is request, and imagine we have okay, how we should have it. One moment, I will see in examples. Okay, just quick look on this GDB. Cellframe import. I think this. Okay, what is GDB? What it looks like? GDB is a dedicated database. It's some kind of IPFS, but for name value lists. So, for example, if you want to put something, you need to some group. How it looks like. For example, here in global DB get some kind of path. It could be local path. It could be not local path. Survey. example. Something like this. Everything is simple. And here we go. For example, if you want to write something, chain global db set path necessary example, and media storage films. Here it is. Something like this, but because it should be byte string, just byte array. Sorry, byte array in Python. UTF-8. Yes. So here we set, here we get, and there is another interesting thing. We could delete it, of course. But usually you don't need it. I just write it, for example. And there is interesting thing is to pin. What does it mean, pin? Pin could be like this or like this. In this way, it used predefinite value. So what does it mean, pin? It could be pin, could be unpin. Or better delete. So what does it mean, pin? Because it's dedicated database, anybody could in the network could replace your value with its own. If you pin this value, your version of this value will always override everything. So, for example, if it's your own value, like maybe your ID or maybe your IP address, your order, or something like this, you have to pin it. Situation when different nodes pin the same data, it's how to say it, unacceptable behavior, and this will be prevented by network governance. And fishermen, so observers, so how to name this, will look for nodes to prevent such behavior. Nodes should not pin same data in GDB. So that's about GDB. In GDB, usually you should store something. So here you see we could here I have not wrote any search about this because we need to talk about this more details. But here we could store little films available in our service. They passes me, they details, or something like this. So here, when we have a handler, URL handler, we could use this data inside. So it's replacement for SQL database that you usually have to use in your applications. Okay, this about GDB. I see time mostly over, and we still to have to talk about more things. And I think we should to talk about this next stream. Next stream will be Friday, and maybe tomorrow and Thursday we'll do another stream. I don't know. Really, I have not think that will be too much information to talk with you about this. So maybe yes, let's have tomorrow another stream when we'll talk about orders and more. We'll dive more in GDB and maybe we'll show some client side activity. But mostly we'll talk about client. It will be at Friday stream. So yes, tomorrow we'll talk more about GDB, about orders for sure. And I think that's all for today. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for your help, for your patience. Sorry that today's stream was not so dynamic like the previous one, but next stream I think will move faster. I will prepare some pictures before the stream. And thank you everyone who was looking the stream. We are Cell, we are here. Goodbye.